This means they're going to be able to push themselves pretty deep into the top 3 and also potentially secure a fantastic situation for the rest of PMPL Americas here. Really good to see. I love what they're able to do with this game here. They had some really good control. The aggression, the third party on the Alpha 7 and Nova fight was really crucial to secure this win here.
Yeah, very, very crucial. I think they waited out just for the right moment. Great performance, Team Cancer, right? They finally showed us what we've been talking about. They finally showed us them being able to adjust, them being able to get that chicken dinner as well. And I can't wait to see Imperium dancing, because if I'm not mistaken, I think he finally got a pick right after this break. I can't wait to see you dancing, Imperium.
Hell no. I can sleep anywhere. Any position, anytime, any place. Just give me a blanket. I don't even need a pillow. I will take my ass to sleep. I don't have an issue falling asleep. I mean, I have an issue getting myself to go to sleep, like stop being distracted on TikTok, stop being on social media, and just like close my eyes. But once I finally decide to close my eyes and sleep, I'm out like a light, bro. I'm gone.
Fala, rapaziada, sejam bem-vindos aí à primeira PMPL América de vocês. Eu queria saber o seguinte: como tá aí, Vitor, o coração dessa primeira PMPL América junto com a Inco?
Cara, tamo bem, né? Tamo confiante, acabamos de ser campeão brasileiro. E, cara, a gente vai para essa Américas com o intuito de ficar lá no topo também, né? Ir pra PMGC e, se possível, também buscar o título de campeão das Américas.
Oh yeah, me too, Jenny.
Na última PMPL Américas... Peraí.
But I get car sick really easily too, so I gotta be careful. I usually just have to stare straight ahead. I get so car sick. I get like motion sickness.
Sim, com certeza está preparado. Nossa moral tá lá em cima depois de ter sido campeão brasileiro. E com certeza a gente vai representar bem o Brasil lá fora.
Renê, seguinte, o que você acha que os times brasileiros têm tanto que a gente se mantém no topo, que a gente tá sempre buscando esse campeonato? O que você acha que os brasileiros têm de diferencial em relação aos outros times que estão jogando o campeonato?
Rapaz...
If I ever wake up one day and see your name on the news for some crazy shit like that, you know, I'm gonna be so angry, bro.
E eu acho que esse é o ponto principal.
I'm so angry at you.
Boa. Queria saber o seguinte, Nenebet fez um negócio histórico na partida de Erangel. Queria saber se vai fazer também na PMPL.
You're fucking nasty, bro.
Cara, pretendo não precisar. Quero que a gente já garanta logo
nos 3 dias. We're here talking about sleeping habits and shit, and Dill just comes in talking about I blew up the toilet.
Seguinte, você fez um excelente campeonato, voltou aí pra Inco jogando muito. Eu queria saber o que você acha... Peraí, vou refazer, peraí.
Acho que a gente tem muita confiança e faz o jogo agressivo e inteligente junto.
Queria que você passasse um recado pros fãs brasileiros, a torcida da Inco aí, que tá torcendo por vocês. Abra teu coração, bora.
Mano, eu acho que deveriam acreditar em nós, que a gente não vai...
Bro, why is this guy in the middle, like, so stone-faced? He looks like a statue.
Mano,
he's not moving. Oh, he blinked.
Tá
Never mind. We're good, we're good, we're good.
Que vai dar certo.
Ellie, what deal? Like her. Oh, Queen. Why did you drink coffee at 10 p.m., Queen? Let me know.
Yes! 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 It's about time! It's about time, baby! After so many
matches... Juke's face on the fucking buffer, bro. Hey, no way. Guys, what is going on, guys? Oh my god, bro. Why? This chat is so no, this TomTom. Why hasn't this TomTom guy been banned? Like, every time I scroll down to look at YT chat, this guy is saying something so rude. That was Sixless playing on Telly's account. Bay Sixless made the call for Telly to camp. Yo, what happened to the fucking stream? Like, can we not do this right now? Like, can we get it together?
Oh no, you did. I love it. I love it. What a game there at the end. A very pure ending, something I always love to see. And we actually see some NA in the top 5 once again, baby. Woo!
Yo!
With a massive
Let's go
execute.
W execute.
19 points.
Execute
that's half the points they got in the entire tournament so far.
Crazy.
Yeah, getting back to kind of the crux of the matter, which is the game
Thinking
itself.
of getting a bite.
We had some pretty wild circle shifts,
oh my God.
right? The first 3 to 4 circles
all
had
moving
kind
like,
of between 50
like
and 30%
Bella Swan in
of
that
the
one
water
scene.
military island to play. So
If you know,
really
you
took
know.
that landmass
Nah,
away.
please
That's
be
why we
careful,
saw some
dude. Like,
pretty
seriously.
intelligent moves to give them credit from Nova,
I
from
need
Team
you alive
Queso,
for
from
many
Alpha
years,
7,
okay?
from within reason
Just be
Inco,
careful.
and it allowed them to kind of set up to a very confident late game.
Yeah, but when we're looking at this graph, we're looking at Alpha 7.
Yeah,
They
a
were
bicycle
able to
with training
dish out
wheels.
so
Yeah, that
much
seems
damage,
good.
but we've seen
That's
in
a good
those
fit.
last few moments of the game, Nova was third partying, the pressure from Aton previously from that as well. There was a lot of people that were pressuring them, and also I gotta say, Telly from
I know.
I was sitting here, right? I was hoping, I was like, listen, I got third party
Proud of Nova?
twice with my predictions. You better do it to him. That is not fair. That is not fair what happened.
Hey,
but then he
wasn't
just stood there.
sixless.
Yeah,
Queen,
it
I
was
think you already forgot
true.
what
If it was
I
sixes,
told you
I'm pretty
earlier
sure you wouldn't
today.
have gotten that point. But you know what? I'm happy because that means that NA talent 1, EO talent
Peace and
0.
quiet, bro.
Balls in your court.
Okay, let's go ahead and get back to the show.
I'm thinking. I think I might actually like even turn off my phone, or at least put it on D&D. Like, I want zero distractions.
Yeah,
I
so
want
it's
to
very much
piece the
about
fuck out.
highlighting the fact that for me, Team Queso has stepped up their game in terms of average damage and average eliminations.
Yeah, we're looking obviously at day 2 on the right side, day 3 on the left side. Very big improvement, very good improvement, especially again, like we said, today is the day where you set yourself up for the 4th and final day of the tournament. So starting off this way consistently, top 2, top 3 in those 3 games, that is massive for Queso.
And one key aspect that I'm really curious if it's going to be a trend from Team Queso.
I don't
we
care what.
saw the inclusion
Damn.
of Papi
What if I was
Pacho,
dying,
their
Queen?
sub instead of
not like you'd be able to
Mystic.
do anything from
Mystic
over
has
there
been
if I
a
was dying, but-
staple of Team Queso, like I said, going back to 2019.
Dude, isn't it
along
crazy
with
that you're in Morocco
Ayala
and I'm over
what was
here
the
and we're talking
roster
to each
back
other?
then. So clearly
fucking,
something they felt had
like,
to change. They weren't adapting.
screens?
And I don't know if it is Papi Pacho that
Like,
made the
what?
difference, but we might
I'm not
see
high,
coming
guys.
forward.
I'm just
Totally
like thinking
possible
about
right
how
here. I love
crazy
the
shit
fact that
is.
Team Kessel, they go and they get passed up by Inco Gaming on the leaderboards, and then the next match, they take the chicken dinner.
Could have done it in the first.
Hey, you know what? If it ain't the first, it's the last one.
High
Here.
on
Match number
life.
3 was the dub.
High
they
on
got.
sleep
Now,
deprivation.
Guys, you know, one thing I gotta say is that I hope that this match was the ego boost that Nova needed. You know, I mean, obviously, it's crazy to talk about. I know they're in last place, but you know what? Sometimes you get that chicken dinner. Boom! The
I might
hype
actually
just
like
starts
fall asleep
coming.
in the
So,
shower
oh, wait.
because I
Alpha
definitely have to shower before I
7.
sleep.
It's kind of like you
might,
give
like,
me
just
good
fucking
result, I
fall
raise
asleep
you
in the
with even
showers.
better result.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, look, we mentioned this before about Alpha 7. They were second by 1 point in PMPL Brazil. They were second when it comes to, I believe, the previous tournament where Influence Chairman won in the Americas by 6 points. When it came to PMWI, they were also second. Duos tournament, second. So now, I don't think they're going to let it happen.
Definitely. But what's really important for Inco, guys, is the fact, and this is what I talked about at the start of the day, that cushion.
Is
right? They
Furious
have around
Gaming,
a 26 point
no, I don't
lead
think they're
over
any.
just the second PMGC ticketed team in the former Team K. So that's
Nova in
massive
15th,
coming
that's
into the final
crazy.
tournament.
Yeah, especially the fact that they are in 3rd place right now. That's the ticket central area to be in, you know. And, now that we see Vivo Key just a little bit below them, it's a good
I
position
don't
for them to put
understand
themselves
why
in.
does PK play this if
I
they're
do wanna touch
guaranteed
on
a spot in
this, though,
PMGC?
right here.
That
This-
doesn't make sense
one
to
of the
me.
mistakes.
Bro.
He's like, what is that? Huh? Oh, is that a smoke
Wait,
grenade?
I
did
believe it
he
was a
name
smoke.
No,
himself?
it's not a smoke.
Oh,
Bro,
okay.
he
I love
tried.
the
He
fact that
almost
looked
naded
at it
himself.
For a second, he's like,
I didn't see that.
wait, is that?
It's like you could hear his
fucking
brain
idiot.
process.
That's something I would do. I don't know why I'm judging.
Yeah, no, I got to run.
That was me, guys.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wait.
I was playing on
Oh,
that
that's
guy's
an eight.
account.
Oh,
My bad.
But also,
My fault.
at the same time, I believe it was
Mollied
kindness.
himself.
Was it
It was
kindness?
green. Rin.
Yeah, he mollied
Yeah,
himself.
that is something I would say.
A couple of blunders when it comes to the Wizard Tower and those last final moments of the game, but
it's so difficult pushing a Wizard Tower.
Sure.
Nova knew that they were effectively potentially going to get third party by Alpha 7 because they
I
were
will.
playing
I'll
that
yell at you to
high
stop,
roof
Queen.
ground,
I will. I got
so
you.
they had to tread very carefully on that Wizard Tower push.
Don't make your ass relax.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough to see because you know what? Just one mistake and it's all over. And it's a lot easier to rush a Wizard Tower than it is to hold it. Let's go ahead and get ready for some Sandhawk action.
Sandhawk is my favorite map to watch. It's really interesting. I like seeing them healing outside zone.
And
I like seeing how many first stages they can rack
we
up.
talked about, teams in the hot seat at Ton Esports. You guys, this game,
I
want to see a change in
this
how aggressive
Sandhawk
you're being
and then
when
one more.
the three players move, and then you have Nitsu on his own. I don't want to see him moving to collect extra meds from the boxes of his team. No.
What is the name of the region of the southern
and
end
try
of
and get those placement
Sandhawk?
points. You need to fight for that PMGC ticket.
Yes, indeed. You know what? The people in the chat need to fight for this
Sami?
question right here. It is in the chat, in the YouTube
think
channel.
it's
Go
Sami,
ahead and make
right?
sure that you hit that poll.
Yeah,
and we'll
Sami
see
for
who is
sure.
correct at the end of the day. Now,
I'm so
my other
big
team is
brain.
like,
I'm so
hey,
smart.
who is gonna be
I feel like
correct
we
when
need
it
to
comes
land
the
Sami.
healing
Matt, did we
strat?
used to
It's
land Sami when we were in
Sandhawk, right? Is
PUBG?
Koi gonna finally get his time to shine, or does he have that big target on his back going into this game?
Here's the thing. Again, it talks about, you mentioned it with Nova, that strong result. Is that going to be that kind of opening of the flower petal, and it's going to allow them to bloom nicely? And I say that in a genuine way because mentality is a massive part of this game, and if you're able to kind of get past that blockage, we could see a much stronger Nova, even if it's a heal strat Nova, still a successful heal strat Nova.
But here's the thing, even the players who are playing the heal strat are actually watching out and looking out for the other players playing the heal strat. We've seen that before in game 2, in the second map of Sandhawk, of course, in day 2, where Alpha 7 picked off the player from Aton. So there's a lot of small skirmishes happening.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot to talk about, but I'm going to ask the casters right here as we go to them. Does Nova still have a chance in hell at getting to PMGC?
Come on, man. What you mean they still got a chance? If they want to have a chance, they better put up one of the greatest performances we have ever seen in Americas. That's the only way they're going to get a chance, Venture.
Yeah, honestly, at this point here, it's looking unlikely. The top is looking super stacked. Ingo Gaming doing well.
That would actually be really cool.
Influence
I don't know
doing
if we
well.
did that.
Vivokitas obviously
Just for the
already
one
going,
time.
but still, it's rough for having you to poke into that top and try to take some of those spots away. It's a long road, and you're gonna have to, the rest of the day, literally win the next games, and then have the best day of your life in the last ones. Oh my God, the most eliminations is going to 1, 2, 3 Alpha 7 members.
Yeah, kind of. I was never expecting that. I'm not even going to say that. I was expecting Coops to continue to at least put up some fight there. He is putting up a fight in regards to highest damage. Now, this is actually a nice first circle to start off here in Sandhawk. Not too much craziness. Not towards the middle between all those
so spread out, bro.
Mostly the
such a high stakes thing, and there's
water
spread out
due to Sandhawk's just being the way it is. Yeah,
Paradise Central, Rise around it just for fun in Paradise Resort, having fun right now. And I think Nino is hard to get some Furious Gaming food right now, served up kind of close if they actually end up going close to him.
Can't believe y'all guys. Oh my God, you guys really try to tell me this kid's bald, bro.
I wouldn't feel too bad about
and
it
I
being
let
Ingo
myself be
Gaming,
gaslit by chat, bro.
Team Queso and Influence Chairman
yes,
that would currently
Queen,
win
you
the
need to
3
just
PMGC
turn off
spots.
your
I wouldn't feel too
screens
bad
and
about that.
close
They've
your
been performing
eyes. Rest your
extremely well.
eyes.
And it would be 2 of the
really, man,
winners
dude.
of
I
our
love being home
sub-regions
alone.
for PMPL Americas that
When
would
I'm
be,
home alone,
be going, so
it's
that
like
would be looking really
it's like
good,
a little
honestly.
personal
So
party for one.
we'll be excited to see if that's going to be
Do
the
whatever
case.
I want.
But
Cry
yeah,
with
of
no
course,
pants
we are
on.
halfway through our day. 3 more games. Match number 4 here, as you see bottom
Smoke
left.
all the
This
weed I
Sandhawk,
want,
your
not in the
favorite one
house,
here,
but
7,
just
and
like
obviously we see so
not
often
have to
we
worry
have
about
some
the
crazy games. On this case here, Rice just chilling quite a lot. Only a helmet, no vest, no backpack on that
went to the
loops.
search today and I thought I
Big
saw
chilling
him,
here
but I was
inside
hallucinating.
Painan, able to get a lot of loot for the boys.
Oh my gosh.
And right now,
they're going to be looking to see if they can cut off Nova like they were able to in a way yesterday. Make them rotate a certain way. And the main question for me when we go to Sandhog now, after the 2 Sandhogs that we have been able to see, becomes can anybody stop Brazil? Only Brazilian teams have one.
PMPL ends.
Yeah, true. That's a huge point right there. Honestly, you know, Team Queso doing well. I wouldn't mind that too much. But Brazil in general, as a sub-region, has just been doing extremely well for themselves throughout. Aton would also really love to see those boys up there to compete. They are within striking distance, but right now they're not as close as we were hoping for. Just missing that few extra inches to go by. Execute on screen. One of the teams on the lower end of the leaderboard right now, but still far ahead of Nova. 30 points, some ahead of them, I believe it was. I don't know, 21 points ahead of Nova.
Queen,
currently.
you did not have to bring that up,
super good to see from
That
Execute.
gives me the chills.
Knights, a little bit of a stalemate today for them. They've had some rough games, but then again, they are going to PMGC. I would love to see them really top the leaderboards in this case here with the Coop's performance, because if you're able to, for you to be able to close down the MVP,
bro, me, Queen, and Static were in VC sharing like paranormal stories of things that have happened to us. And Queen was like, Static, has anything ever happened in your house? And Static was like, no, except for one time, something did happen. And we're like, what?
We were talking about it earlier.
And he was like,
we're saying how
he said something crazy. He was like, I looked at my window and the light was shining and like I saw a person staring at me.
Slayers actually,
and he was just staring at me. But then I turned on the light and it was just my coat and my hat hanging off. I was like, bitch, that's not paranormal activity. That's just being paranoid and seeing shit.
One of their highest ones. But we want to see a little bit more. That 3.5 might not just be good enough because of how well some of the other teams have been performing.
I saw something. I don't want to talk about it.
Solid player from North America. Barely missed the ledge. He was trying to see if maybe he could be sneaky. Try to be able to spot some people. Not going to be able to spot anybody. But the way, huge shout out to the person that guessed it
Queen
right
got hella shit
earlier
going on in her house.
in the
and she
YouTube
just
chat.
chills with it. She just be coexisting.
Team Queso, and he was equal
She be asking the ghost to play
IOS, so
PUBG.
congratulations.
Like, what?
Keep an eye out for whenever I end up asking, who do you guys think is going to end up winning this match? Because if you do end up guessing it right, and if you are the first person to guess it right and use hashtag PMPL Americas,
Queen be summoning the ghost to bed.
You might end up getting a shout out here. No promises though.
You wanna tell stories till we fall asleep?
Madness happens, and I might end up missing your comment.
What's up, Bly
Curious
pulling up in a
looking
fucking
around, trying to
car,
see if they can get
bro?
into any action. Knights now. Knights haven't really been able to go to boot camp.
I
That has been
know.
taken by a Brazilian team, but now they're currently passing by it. We might end up seeing some action though towards
Queen,
Paradise
I'm gonna need you
Resort.
to chill.
We'll have to wait and see.
What if?
Yeah, for sure.
What if
In
the
this
ghosts in
case,
your house are watching my
really
stream
looking
right now?
forward to the next couple of
Hope
circles
they like the
because we have some
vibes.
wild rotations coming in waiting for you, and also
Nubzeno says LE.
everyone gonna be able to catch the loot
No,
pinata
I
that
finished
is
with
Nova
Zeno
Koi
because
on
I'm too
Senok.
lazy and tired
40
to reach
first
over
stage
my
yesterday.
keyboard and type it.
But yeah, it is crazy if that's going to be able to be happening here. Right now, loops, yeah, we are in a case where
But I do
Infinity
sleep
is
in
in
a
a
big bed
good
alone,
situation for
Queen.
that.
Stop
And
that.
that's definitely the case here.
Enough is
Are
enough.
we going to be able to see loops? Oh, loops! No! Toigo goes down to Titi. Titi gets found, though returned. No flushes just yet. Can they catch this one here? And can they get Toigo back?
Toigo's
Oh,
coming
that's
back.
really the question one for me here. No, let's see. Loops.
I'd be down
Yeah,
for
the
a
smokes
crack
comes
to just
out.
come
Toigo
back.
goes there. GC God goes for this. Res. Now Chief goes for the flush. Gets a point confirmed there for loops. Does he find one more of the Infinity
Hey,
member?
Queen's ghosty
Dosen on the
friends.
hunt as well.
Hey.
He spots him.
Hope y'all like the
And that
vibes
is
here.
a flush coming in for that one. The next
Don't forget
circle
to
does
smash
pop,
that like and
and it goes
subscribe
a little
button.
bit west, but not too much of a difference this one is going to have. The question is, are we really going to see some big rotations coming in their way? Now, Vivo Keyed outside still. Inko outside still. Nova as well. Infinity on a rough situation, having lost two member Lux and Zoan. They're going to have to move. Alpha 7 with a big rotation on the eastern side, they have to move in. Now, Knights on screen. Coops
Man,
has an
I don't know.
MG3
Why
in
don't
hand.
you ask them?
And they're
Since
trying to
you're
get
so
some more information with this one here.
them.
Split up on two of the peaks here. No, Furious Gaming, they're going to be moving in on their other end. Are they getting this information from the cars moving on Sanok? When you move in vehicles, it is very clear to the vast majority of players around you because they're so loud and the map is so little. Here's Sanok stats for Influence Chemin. A lot of eliminations, really high survival time, and they're able to do so. The question is really here, how does Knights get the most out of this situation here? A greedy split right now could end up
Queen, do you watch my stream with
headphones
in, or do you just watch it like on
Gaming
speaker?
Commits to one of these peaks here and want to take the high ground rather than taking the compound. Right now, I'm expecting them to kind of wait for the next circle. They're sitting in one of the better compounds in the center. So really hoping to see them kind of stick around this and see this next circle here, because this is a super strong three-way compound, kind of a T-section road that is coming in together.
As with the 3Ds.
They're holding on to all three parts of the compound right now. Coops
just until this ends, till match 5 ends.
Starting to close in.
And then I'm out.
Inko here also on the high ground.
The tiredness is starting to set again.
They came in late.
And the hunger.
They have Extreme Slayers inside bootcamp still. Very lower survival time there for Ingo, only in 17 minutes 20. That's a whole different one. Execute's going to be looted out of their mind. And the question is,
is it true?
We're going to be seeing something like that.
That if you go long enough,
and I think we're going to be keeping an eye out here
sleeping,
on Execute, what
you
they're
can
going to
start
be able
feeling
to
like
do.
kind of high.
Meanwhile,
because you start like hallucinating and shit, right?
Appears to be bootcamp. Inco Gaming was stalwarts, and we can see them right now too. They were making that rotation. I wonder if they were somehow going to end up fighting with Execute, and I think they might have heard something here with Execute because they might try to go back to it. Telly keeping an eye on anybody here. We saw what he was able to do in the last game, being super clutch for his team, collecting those extra
pulling another
points.
24 hours,
his team,
guys.
Caliber players on it, and whenever they need somebody,
my pillows are
going to
be talking
be able
to
to.
me.
We can see a ton of esports. They might have been able to spot Alpha 7.
Top Hat dude gonna come
far
visit
horizon.
me.
Seeing what can happen
Think you
here.
should try?
Oops,
no, it's because like
moving up to Corey too, and
after this yawn I just did, I went to blink, and the blink was like in slow motion.
Big way. But
like
what
it
I am
took
seeing out of Nova
everything
is
in me to open that blink back up, bro. So I'm like, if I keep going like this, like if I keep going, like holding off on sleep, like I wonder how I can make myself feel.
On the left side of your screen, very separated. Nova, Sheaf, and Kindness going Rin. Super far away from each other. You can see Team Castle there towards the north as well. Rin might end up going up against some of the people, key players.
11 days.
Infinity
bro.
too. Towards Infinity
that
still in the blue zone. Infinity
you.
was one of those teams that has been keeping an eye out for Nova. They have been able to find them sometimes. Right now, it might not be looking like that because Nova is switching things up, and we do end up getting a new circle here, and it is going to end up going towards this smack right down the middle. Paradise Resort is going to become a super popular place.
Yeah, for sure. Next circle here pops up. We're going to be seeing, as you said here, Paradise ending, but a lot of teams are
like
on
my
the
body
outskirts
feels
there.
like
There's a lot of compounds
I feel a little bit high, guys.
Let's see if we're going to be having to have that
I'm
in.
fucking with you.
Still in this compound
it's
here,
not that serious. It's just my body feels like tingly. Like I don't know. Like it feels heavy.
We have a little bit of technical issues with.
Like my arms feel heavy. I can't pick them up.
Jumping into that
That's
here. Baron, how are you doing?
I'm not touching anything.
Pretty good. Definitely delighted after the fact that I got a prediction right. Just want to throw that out there.
You know I'm feeling weak because like I don't even have the strength to pick up my vape and
long
hit
way
it
to
right
go.
now.
But yeah, looking at the Sandhouse game, obviously nice central main.
Oh yeah, I can.
Finish,
You know,
centered
I don't
on
have
Paradise
problems with
Resort,
that.
which is definitely great at the moment for extreme players and just for fun. But it's
It
always
was
tricky hanging around that Paradise Resort area because if you extend too far out, you're going to get massively exposed, and if you stay too far in, you're not getting information.
Jogas off to horror.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely also with the sake of it being a little bit of a northern shift. A lot of teams are going to be on that southern side, and later there's just not going to be enough compounds available to it right now. Inko here in this compound. close to Furious Gaming. Might still hang around on the top end of those peaks. They're trying to get as much information to them as possible. We're not going to see too much. I'm just curious to see how far we're going to see Nova and the boys get into the circle here. If they manage to get into the next circle here, they could potentially be going pretty deep into the game. They've not been found by anyone yet. Different rotation this time around as well. Vivo Keat on that northwestern side, and Jaguar on that high ground compound covering the bridge where Nova potentially is going to be crossing later. Ingo right now chilling in this compound here. Second place, looking really good so far. The Brazilian PMPL winners of the final and execute there out in the distance.
Good position by Team Queso. They have a 2-2 split between Tapmock and the hill to the south of it. In regards to Nova, yeah, they have a little bit of traffic in front of them in terms of the edge of that circle by the northwestern bridge. Vivo Keat and Jaguar are laying down the law in that area. And Serena taking a couple of shots, looking to find one of the Alpha 7 players. He drives away, but definitely sends a bit of a
just ran through me, guys.
to Alpha 7 now, Mark.
Do you think a ghost touched me?
Yeah, a little bit of a peacocking going on there. They want to maintain the control that they have right now. Alpha 7 playing control on that southeastern side of the edge here. You want to make sure that they're the last team coming in from this. Though my only worry is that they have a big road to cross later. This is not the best area of approach or angle of approach into this later stage of the circle. Also a ton on the distance. We know that what they've been capable of so far.
He's looking at you. That's unfortunate for him.
Now, Vivo Keat,
he would be the one getting scared.
Potentially Reyes could spot out Adrian and McGrill in there while they're running down off that hill. Jaguar off the high ground too. Vivo Keat a little bit of a pickle here in this case.
Nah, anytime it says based on a true story, it's 10
towards
times
this
scarier.
next circle shift. At the moment, Knight's looking good in terms of their spread. Possibly a little bit too far apart, but it does center on top of them. Influence Chairman as well, looking extremely good in that compound to the southwest of Paradise Resort. The tricky shift, but it's great for the teams who are already locked inside it.
Yeah, execute on that southwestern side. Ingo in that southern compound. A lot of teams are going to have to move here with a southwestern shift. A lot of teams coming in from that eastern side is going to mean a lot of traffic on the east part of that new circle. And the teams coming out of Paradise.
You guys will not believe it.
Knight's already sitting up for a potential lockdown.
I just fell asleep.
Aton finds some of the members.
No, like for like only 1 second though. I just fucking
shots coming in.
jolted away.
Fantastic shots there.
My whole body just fucking jolted.
MVP potential
Yo,
players here. Shoko takes a little bit of fire.
Ain't no way that just happened. I gotta sit up. I'm getting too comfortable.
Carillo from this one
I'm getting too comfortable.
They have a lot of space in between them and the new circle. And a lot of teams.
Did y'all hear me jolt?
More shots coming in from Mafioso. Yeah, Ton is being picked apart from this case here.
God damn.
Great to see Alpha 7 trying to make a rotation in here. One of the players is going to be down. Happy to be back here with you too, Avenger. As some of the action is finally starting to develop.
I know it wasn't for that long.
Crazy
I know damn well.
Circle here. I mean, actually not that crazy. You went a little bit southwest of Paradise Resort. It is going to force some teams out of there that were getting comfortable. But now they're going to be fine. Loops Esports is going to be losing some players. Alpha 7 currently going up against a ton Esports. A ton Esports currently having just Cenatex alive, seeing if he can somehow survive this or at least cause some pain on what Alpha 7 is currently doing to their team.
Yeah, thanks for Imperium jumping in there while we got you ready to go. Now Alpha 7 here trying to
I feel like that 1 second of sleep actually very well rested me, guys. I'm ready for another 24 hours. Let's go. Y'all ready? Just kidding. Imagine though.
This is a greedy push here from Revo, trying with the drive, but jumps out, doesn't succeed. And Revo taking down a Mythic, nade in hand, as we know him best. Can he cook this one perfectly? Nope. Doesn't completely hit this one.
I'm done with the I'm just finished. Like I have 2 more packs that I have to go.
AK headshot.
And then I'm done
now
with
he's
them.
gonna be forced to heal a little bit here.
Because I had hella. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that addiction.
Team Queso on the high ground of the peaks of the mountains over there, and now they're forced to lay back a little bit, try to heal a little bit while they try to get in. Jaguar and the guys from Nova, they're forced to try to get on a little bit of a heal. Nova is forced to stay back here while we see Jaguar gatekeeping them a little bit. Papi Potro from Team Queso, they're playing this quite well here, taking control of this northern side of the circle. Potentially forced to fight with Jaguar in not so long though.
Yeah, I think Team Queso is going to be trying to see if they can somehow end up repeating what they were able to do in the previous match.
No,
Try to get
I just don't know what I'm going to do after the cough drops.
About how Poppy Poacher was so helpful
I just
for
got
that
like
team
I
in
just
the last match.
I like to be
Meanwhile,
sucking
Keaton
on something.
McGrellin is going to end up getting knocked and
And I
eliminated
guess I don't
here
know how that fucking
by
sounds.
Jaguars, and Team Queso is going to be able to spot Jaguars too, and they're going to be seeing if they can somehow cause some pain, cause some damage. Oh, that way, collect some extra points their way. Scream, meanwhile, it's actually going to get knocked by Adrian from Bevo Keats from behind. He's going to end up getting surprised. They're going to be able to take care of Adrian, and I think they might be able to pick up that player too, while keeping an eye on what Jaguar is going to be doing.
You know what
here.
I mean?
The Jaguar Scaler is going to be waiting it around, trying to see how he's going to get out of here. It's going to be super, super hard. We can see Ayala trying to be the support player. I don't think they're actually going to be able to pick up Poppy Poacher. Now it's just going to be Ayala by
Lemon
himself.
heads. Oh my god, that would like fuck my
Somehow
mouth, I feel
surviving
like.
this.
Just a fun out in 14th with 2 eliminations confirmed for them. Jaguar now trying to move on this lower ground here. The next circle is really rough, and a nice shots there. Can he connect the last one? Shots coming in from behind though. Is it Nova? It's Nova in the distance. And luckily, Jaguar was able to turn on that. Team Queso out 11th place with some eliminations too for them as well. Influence Chairman here, they're the gatekeepers of this northern side of the circle, but their compound is not inside anymore. They're forced to move. It's looking really good for Ingo, looking really good for Knights and Execute now.
You know what else you can suck
forced
on?
to make a move here.
Some dick. No, I'm
Extreme Slayer's getting super lucky there with that bounce in. They were getting just knocked by fall damage, and I think he would have been able to surprise some of those players there from Influence Chairman and just rain on their parade there, just stop them from being able to rotate. You can see Telly getting some shots out too. Spec trying to knock that last player from, or one of the last players from Influence Chairman and Little Boy. Little Boy might be able to push up. He's gonna go up against some of the other players from Knights. Knights is gonna be able to take care of business with him now. Coops being able to switch from Little Boy to Kayovsky, making sure he gets those shots. Coops right now with 3 eliminations and looking good.
Super nice shots here from Coops. Unfortunately, Knights, they're forced to make a big move here with this next circle. Going to the northern side, they're going to have to
Xeno's a
come off this
mature
high ground, but there's
baby.
plenty of rocks, plenty of protection for them here. In this case here, Stream Slayer's out as well. Execute though, 4 members alive, have west side control of this new circle, but forced to move across this road
still
later
alive
on.
and Execute's still
Ingo
alive.
has to get out of the compound, as you can see on the right hand side. They have Cardosan sneaking in behind them. Question is, does Squashada know this? Does he have an idea? I think he's heard him.
I still call them PK, but they're not PK anymore, right? They're just Knights. Like they changed their name.
They're trying to bang some of those nades. It has worked wonders. It didn't end up working there. Inco Gaming able to spot that player there. Cardosan is going to end up going down. Inco Gaming. Squash Sada going to be able to confirm that elimination too. And now Inco is going to be able to move up. One of the only 2 teams still with 4 players alive and Execute. Still having 4 players alive. I'm really intrigued to see what they're going to be able to do.
And they have to
possibly might be able to clutch up a win. And as I say that, I'm able to jinx it as fate ends up going down. Knights being able to take care of business too with Inco Gaming on their rotation. The Squash Sada, we saw what he was able to do earlier.
Let's go. Alright, sorry, stream, you know, I'm gonna rage you.
He's gonna try to get some extra angles here on the Knights player. Coops is gonna leave himself exposed. He's gonna be going 6less versus Scoops.
Damn, Knights got fucking 15 kills to their name.
6less is very good with that sniper. Cannot leave himself exposed.
Took some damage from that. Coops has 3 gear, I believe, though, from having that crate. So even with a canine to the head, it's not going to do enough damage. Coops is a little bit low. It's going to be on the verge of being able to knock him, though. This is why it's important to always be fully slimmed up towards the end so you can heal as much as possible. So Ninja running in, trying to get in behind. Does not have any more heals, though. He's going to try to throw some utility before he ends up falling. This is going to cause a bit of a distraction, though, for the Knights players. And this makes Sickles able to run up and maybe move on closer to some of this hard cover. Crusada, though, outside the blue right now, taking a lot of damage. He doesn't want to give up these points here. Vital points.
Oh, no.
Good shots from the Cielo coming in from the distance.
No, not like this. Oh my god, Telly.
Opening himself up to Knights. This is
Telly didn't even get that knock, bro.
Right now for Ingo. They were meant to be for this one.
It really was, but the distraction there from Bevo Key. Oh, Jason being able to take care of Coops. He's going to be able to eliminate him too. Execute. Trying to somehow try to come back from this after we saw what Viwaki was able to do to one of his teammates. Jason, can he get behind this rock? He is going to be able to get behind this rock. He's going to be able to heal up. And it's going to become a 2v2 here.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
shit.
we have a lot of teams in this squad. For everybody wondering, Nova's still alive. Yes, they were
Nova's still alive.
And more than likely, go for that third place. Oh, the nade exploding just a little bit away from them. Here we go, Xenox with that M4 trying to get those angles.
Damn.
Jason is currently lower in
Oh,
health.
he's tryharding. He's tapped in. He's tapped in. He's tapped in as fuck.
Careful though, because he's still gonna be alive.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Up, and that is gonna secure right there for Knights. And what's crazy to me is that Execute, even though they were inside the circle, even though they were fighting the team that's pretty much gonna secure that first place, guess what? They're gonna end up in fifth place. Tends to being able to find
Are you changed title?
right there.
Are you, if you're on mobile, you have to go in the
First
creator
it's
studio.
3? I wonder how
If it's on
many
PC, you should just see the little pencil
I
icon.
think it's Shifan that's left, yeah. I think it's Shifan that's left, so he's going to be healing this time around. I think he got left behind.
Oh, he's running.
Oh, he's running around. So he's done. 3 helmet, 3 backpack though.
Pretty
so he's gonna
good.
be
I'm just thinking about how
outlived by Loops. Actually, Loops, they learned.
Yo, no way,
We wanna
Loops
get some
survived
more of those
longer.
Second places. We
Oh
want
my
to do
God.
well, and they managed to get that. But Nova got a
Just
third
excited
place.
to
We're back to knowing them.
sleep.
Where, you know, we know them so well.
sleep
The
so good.
consistent points that they're
Look at
able to get
Ray.
off Senok, they got that here
Look
as
at
well.
Ray's photoshopped ass in
But
there.
Loops, second place. Well played by them, honestly. But Knights, the big winner of this one, an insane amount of eliminations.
Put himself in there.
An insane amount of points from that win there, 7. What a game.
Yeah, I think when we go to Sandhawk, we all talk about just aggressive teams.
Doesn't it look that way? Like every time I see that picture, it looks like somebody like took a cutout of Ray in a different picture and just like stuck him in the middle.
And it's good to see Knights finally being able to wake up, right? Their first chicken dinner. This might be the turnaround for them to kind of try to push towards the top 3. We saw them at the beginning of the day. They were in 6th place. Now they dropped off all the way to 9th. That's definitely going to be a huge bump up for them. I can't wait to see what the Des is going to be saying about that match after this break.
Zeno, thank you for the stay safe. Alright guys, last game coming up. Fuck.
Realme 9, 108
Ain't nobody buying a
megapixels.
fucking Realme 9,
Capture the spark.
bro. Let it go.
Oh, just like that, the Brazilian dominance chicken dinner streak at Sandhawk is over. The Knights finally get a dub, and it's getting good old-fashioned Sandhawk. Even crazier than that, we were just talking about it right before this started. Brazil has not gotten a chicken dinner today at all.
They'd be nowhere to be seen, and genuinely, this is kind of what we wanted to see. Like, coming into this storylines, we can always appreciate, like, obviously one region showing up strong or one team, but in the interest of entertainment, of fun, of talking points, it's great to see LATAM and NA showing themselves so much more today.
And it's also the fact that now
What the
Knights,
fuck? Why am I getting rushed up in a PK,
They've
bruh?
actually gotten the most amount
No, it's not the
of
time
points
nor
in
the
a single
place.
game
Oh, wow.
in PMPL Americas 2022 Championship. 34 points, 19 eliminations, the highest we've seen throughout the entire tournament, guys.
To the mood! That's
Next
going
year
to
we'll
make
be
them
getting
jump
that
up
4 day.
real good on the leaderboards. I want to see that jump after this. I mean, yeah, Alpha 7 getting 3 points. Team Kessel having a rough game. And these are a lot of the people that were at the top of the table. So the Knights definitely put themselves in a good, solid position here.
Yeah, but also the fact that Inco, they managed to get top 3 in this game, and Alpha, they're not there, so still the contention for first place, it's still there, boys and girls. It's still there. There's a chance.
That battle between Alpha and Inco, it's amazing to see it. It's just, they're pushing each other to the limit, right? Inco got a good game, then Alpha got a good game, then Inco now got a good game. It's just, yeah, they're outdoing each other.
So does that mean that Alpha 7 is going to be your next prediction?
No, excuse me, but I keep those cards very close to my chest.
It's a
Hank
card.
gets one right, and now look, he's got all the confidence in the world.
Hello?
We can see number 2 come
Hello?
up here
What's up?
real soon. But you know what? I'm honestly happy for number 3, Nova's heel strat. Finally working to a certain extent. I mean, if they had just one more, they would have got second for sure.
Dude, because they were all over both islands. The the distance between each player is at least 200 meters, and that's between each one. They decided, you know what? Fine. You can catch the entire team. You did that before.
Queen,
There's
go
no
to
way
sleep,
in
Queen.
hell this is
Oh, you're
happening this
here.
time around.
Why
Every
wouldn't I
single
be
person
here,
was
Lolo?
so far away from their teammate.
But again, I think genuinely a part of the fact that they had a very good result in the previous game allowed that confidence to shine through. Looking at this head-to-head, we talked about it already, Inco against Alpha Gaming. Look how close it is between the two teams. Inco have more survival time,
I
but
don't have the
Alpha
energy to get in
made
bed.
more use
I do.
of their survival time.
Yeah, they're getting more elimination points
my
on
energy
average
is gonna go
throughout
towards
every
getting in
single
that
game. And
bed.
keep in mind, this is throughout the entire tournament so far. And you can see how close, like you mentioned in Priam, these stats
you left and
really
just-
are.
Oh, no.
And it's
I don't
just
do
making
that.
this final, it's
I don't
making this
AFK
tournament
stream
so
ever.
spicy down to the last match, I believe. This is how close
Anytime
this
you
tournament
see
is
me
going to
live,
be.
just know
Oh,
if
wait a
I'm
minute,
not
what do we have
here,
this time?
All right, look at this. Jump down. All right.
I will be back
Rock
shortly.
still in the
Probably peeing.
That's a gift. That's a gift right there.
Slippery rock.
That is a representation of my prediction game. I think I have it, and then I don't, and I go down.
I got this. I got this. My ankles are gone.
I hope Sutai's not watching.
Oh, wow, that's even worse.
Oh,
Bam.
gosh.
Bam, what are you gonna do? Like, that's not even
Sorry about that.
Enemy number
All right.
one is now.
Okay, let's take a look at head-to-head between, of course, look at this. This is Coops and Tensa tied in eliminations, and that damage is real close. Tensa stepping up.
He is indeed, and we talked about Spec showing up as well, and Coops being the knight of in shining armor per se. But yeah, as a team, as a player, Tensa showing his prowess.
And the rest of the knights, we have to say, the rest of the knights have been showing up.
I know,
throughout this
Joe.
game.
You woke
Again,
up this morning,
it
I
can't
was
just be the
streaming, now
Coop
you're
show
gonna
for
go
the
to
team.
sleep.
So honestly, fair play for the rest of the
Crazy.
lineup showing up. And now they're still within range, I believe, of contesting
It was
for the top
24-hour teams are
Yes, they've won the
crazy, bro.
PGC slot already,
You like
but
people
now I
will
feel
say
like they're
goodnight to you and you'll be like,
getting
"Hey,
closer
good
and closer
night.
to competing
See ya."
for the top
Boom.
three.
6 hours
Oh,
later,
baby.
hey, good morning. It's like, yo, who y'all want to win?
Back up on
I mean,
top, just like
in a perfect world,
and
I
the
want
Team
Execute to
Kessel
win.
Still in third place.
But that cushion,
Who do I
is
think
so
will
big.
win? Oh my God.
You
Oh,
could
look at the
sleep
Knights.
on it for years.
Not
as
them.
you see Pittsburgh Knights. But again, just that difference between the top 2 and third place is insane.
Except
Yeah,
for
and I'm just
Jalen,
looking at
just
the
sleep.
fact that it's Knights, Alpha 7, and Vivo Keed.
I think,
who are
like,
already
definitely a
qualified.
Brazilian team will
So you
take
got
the dub.
Influence, Chemin, Inco, and Queso, who are the ones that are
Yep.
contesting. So the
At the
next team that we want to look at is Aton and Extreme, but Aton's the one that's at 126. You're looking at 16-point difference
Oh, yeah.
between them and a potential spot in the PMGC.
Not
So
KBL.
still, it is pretty darn close.
And we haven't really talked about Influence
Execute.
Chemin too much. They've been kind of flying under the radar, not necessarily in a bad way, but they just haven't kind of sparkled up too much. However, they're still in that spot.
Yeah.
Hey, Nova, not in last place anymore. Let's go. That's an accomplishment.
But
in
it's still
itself.
just for fun with a chicken dinner.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
the first North American chicken dinner, and they're in last spot.
Telly,
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I did
Sixless,
say at the beginning of the
Solo,
broadcast, this is one of the
Jason,
teams that I'm looking out for.
Fate,
I'm gonna take
and
the hit for
Iris.
you guys. It was a curse from my
That's
end,
the
so I
team.
apologize.
Hey, well, it's just like the NA
100%.
championships. You know, if Elion Esports is just for fun, right? In week 1, they were dominant.
Oh, yeah.
And then just fell off there towards the end. But hopefully, you know, at this point, I think it's too late to really bounce back for these squads, especially the way these Brazilian teams have been playing. But you know what? I want to know what your thoughts are here. We also have a great question.
No,
down at the
Lolo, he
bottom.
was playing.
On the
He
arrival
played
of
this last
Nusa,
Sandhawk
how many
match right now.
maps do we have in the Battle Royale? Oh.
Pierre, real
He
quick,
just
what's the
subs
answer?
in when
I don't know.
the
I can't count past 3.
when they're like having problems, basically.
7, 8, 9. Guys, make sure you're following all the socials. Make sure you go ahead and, you know, follow the
Yeah,
Twitter, hit
Queen.
the bell, do all that good stuff, man. Use that hashtag.
Okay,
Yeah.
say it with me.
PMPL Americas.
4?
5?
No. I
Okay.
can't help him. I can't.
All right. Well, you know what? He's gonna need help here because he's still got. You got one prediction, but you still got a lot more to go, bro.
Yeah.
So hopefully we could see it here in this
How
next
did you know that?
match. Final
Oh my
thoughts
God.
here. Why, who's your prediction for this next
Speaking
match?
of
Go, go,
devil.
go.
No.
Oh, no predictions.
I'm not
No,
trusting
go
him.
forward.
Yep. No. We gotta band together. We gotta band together, okay? He just
Fool
left me
me
hanging.
once,
I gotta talk about
Heard
that.
of
shame on me.
Carillo?
Fool me
Yeah.
twice. You know.
You know what? What's your prediction?
You know what, dude? My next
I
prediction is
retire.
that
What do you mean you retire?
Monster Energy is our official energy drink partner here for this show, guys. Of course, unleash that beast, just like we're gonna see some NA teams get another chicken dinner back to back right here, right now. Ain't that right, casters?
NA team going back to back. All right, I like the energy. By the way, Sandstorm. I got
it has sense. I
saw that. I'm sorry that happened to you. What do you think?
PMPL,
Which region might end up with the win here in Aaron Gale, Avenger?
The region, we'll go with
for us.
We'll go for Brazil, right?
What's wrong with this shirt? I didn't notice.
I gotta say this though,
I'll have to see again.
They're talking a hot prediction game here, and I gotta say, obviously, great to see Imperium being able to get one, but I'm really hoping he's gonna be able to get more than one, because just one is it's not a lot. It took him 15
Ain't no damn. Ain't no damn 666. That's like such a
24, right? So
thank you for the follow.
One is not that
Check
good.
the score.
You know, he's not gonna get one more either. Like he has to take 29, 30 games to get the second one statistically. But let's see if he's able to catch up. It's just 2 good games for him with other guys being wrong. Then he's back to 3-3-3. But yeah, it's looking good for Jukes and Sandstorm at this point here. This is the roughest playing path I've seen today and yesterday on Erangel. Holy, we're starting over very Pier.
Yep, that's definitely one of the worst ones we have seen, but I think Alpha 7 is going to end up going back to their basics and just go to the military
No way
base.
10 Scott you doing slave work for him. Guys, you do not have to do this.
Remember,
Grown-ass
Imperium
man.
did say that he would shave his beard live tomorrow if he didn't end up
did we already get matched up with somebody? I didn't even see, bro. Jindo, thank you so much for the 3 fish and chips, 2 burritos, 2 pizzas. Holy shit. Thank you, Jindo. Thank you so much.
Let's see if the Alpha 7 curse is still happening. Is the
really
circle
appreciate that.
gonna be away from them, or is it gonna be military base? I know we've been getting crazy circles here and there, but I've been enjoying them, man. They're just so much fun to watch, and they have showed us just amazing finishes with so many teams still alive. Tiny little circles, everybody third-partying each other, people pretty much on the fence of everything.
Wait, Matt, is he trying to take your emotes? Like, am I?
And I think it has to be because of that crazy playing path that we got.
Nah, Ten's a grown-ass man. Can't upload his own emotes. Enough is enough.
But it's not gonna be a military ending here unless it shrinks 10 times south. But yeah, honestly, they've been their roulette with the military drops have not been on point. Every time they dropped there, they didn't get it, and some of the times where they didn't drop there, it went to military, and they had a somewhat rough game. But yeah, honestly, looking forward to this circle here. I kind of hope that we're gonna end up in the Russia kind of area,
guys, last game.
Up in the kind of urban area in between maybe school Russia. That would be crazy. I love to see some of those drops. The loops, though, again, in a loot fiesta here with Furious Gaming.
Just
trying to listen a little bit
call
for
down,
some
bro.
information
Nah,
for
bro,
them.
I'm angry as fuck.
Not getting too much loot here now that they have to share this shelter loot. It's really good loot down here, but having to share, being worried about who you're going to run into is not the funniest thing, Seven.
Yeah, this is definitely not the spot to be, right? And these two teams going to keep seeing each other, regardless of where it might be, whether it's prison or whatever. These two teams kind of keep landing on each other. And you were talking about seeing a finish, though, or school. I would actually like to see a finish like right in Pucci.
Bruh.
I think that would be...
What is going on?
What Knights ends up doing, because Knights, it might end up getting challenged.
Why are they doing this right? You don't have to do this.
I just was talking about a bit there just for fun whenever they were feeling esports, how they were able to have great performances. But I'm stuck in the past, Hot Jukes. I think they're just going to continue to do the thing that we have seen them do. Unless Zuko being able to get an knock.
24 hours
the push that they've been wanting to see. Poppy Potro.
I'm chilling.
Barely
I'm
a tiny bit of his arm being
Bruh,
spotted. He's gonna get knocked too. Now Ayala is gonna be running away for his life, and you know what? Stuck in the past I am, because just for fun, being able to get those 3 eliminations
Let me
from
do the
Team
race.
Queso, and if I'm any of the other teams, like Nice, of what they were able to do after that last game, I'm gonna be happy. Because you're going to be hoping that Team Queso gets eliminated here, and Knights is going to be able to move up and try to collect a little bit more of that prize.
Yeah, exactly. And with that will be good for just for fun to just continue on that. Right now in last place, not too good for them. They've had a lot of fun, but I really want to see them really rise up that leaderboard. Loops here on screen, kind of chilling a little bit, trying to see if it's Furious Gaming that's going to be making the first move. But they are passively waiting for this here. Queso just down to 1 after being 3rd place. Or they are currently in 3rd place, 7 points ahead of 4th.
I don't think they're going to be able to spot each other. They've been playing this cat and mouse game for the longest time too. They've been landing very close to each other, and now you can see Fernand right there. He still thinks maybe there might be a player over there. So you know what? Let's shoot those tires. Let's just be extra safe and make sure nobody's going to be there. And you know what? Loops decided to just leave that buggy there because bicycles. Why not? That is the new strat. We've been seeing shotguns. Is that going to become the new meta now? Bicycles, they are very quiet, and they could be sneaky. Who knows? You never know what you're going to be able to find here in PUBG Mobile Esports. Loops still wanting to get into this fight, and I think a lot of this team is realizing with the circle, they might think that, hey, this could possibly be a very good spot, so why not? Let's just not try to rotate that much. We really don't have to, and they're going to be pushing to see if the circle goes their way. Furious Gaming, I think at this point, they're going to decide to back off a little bit.
Yeah, they are getting out of there at this point here. Good choice from them. Nova, decent game here in Sanhok, but still at the moment not looking too good on the overall here. I feel like it's almost certain at this point here they're not going to end up in the top 3, top 4.
Even 30
unless they
maybe?
have, you know, we were talking back-to-back wins with a crazy amount of eliminations. And of course, it's Nova, they can do it, but with the current form, not expecting it, honestly, from the Knights.
So, paying at the door,
they
or what?
have the sound cues and information that they're in that direction, and Spec is passing this information on to the rest of the team, and they could potentially run into some trouble. It seems like Rin has spotted Tenza right there when he just stuck his head over there. Shots coming in onto Senax. Oh my god, Spec absolutely demolished Rin. What a fantastic play for Knights here, and they're going to be able to rinse Nova of 1 point there.
Yeah, I love how Knights was able to set up that bait. I think they knew exactly what was going to happen there. I mean, these are two teams that are used to playing against each other. Ren decided to pick. He thought he might have had a shot. Meanwhile, Spec laying down, being a snake, being sneaky, getting those accurate shots, and ultimately Nova ends up losing a player. And this kind of goes back to what we've seen out of Nova over and over again, just the rotations or whatever it might end up being early in the game. They end up losing the players. But if for somehow they're able to keep 4 players alive,
Rise got all of apartments and all of school to themselves. That's fucking crazy.
Secure, the performances they're able to put up. But as you were saying, too, I don't think Nova's going to be making it with the top 3 unless ridiculous back-to-back wins happen. And that's just not likely with the way they're currently playing. Rice currently in this area of apartments. They might have heard you. They might have heard you trying to make the circle come over here closer to school.
You're going to have the tickets, but you're going to give them to somebody else?
Maybe just get lucky.
What?
Meanwhile, people keep trying to run away from there. What I am enjoying today, though, I will have to say, Avenger, is that Brazil is not dominating as much as they have in the previous day. We have gotten at least a win from every single region so far, and that is good to see. It's good to see Brazil not continue on that domination. I'm sorry, Brazil. I'm sorry.
All right, Execute. What can you make happen here right now outside the top 10? But within striking distance, some clever places come out of them. And they're pretty even on the elimination points and placement points. A little bit more eliminations, and they would be looking really good within the top 10. And yeah, obviously Sixless back today. Happy to see him being able to perform a little bit. Great player with a great history as well. Vivo Keat on screen. Super well-versed team in general here. They're rounded quite nicely. Already going to PMGC. As we've said again and again, they're looking to really cement their position inside this America's Championship and also get a chunk of those prize pool. Goops 30, Revo 30.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm way too tired to make sense of what you just said.
Eliminations is obviously a heavy count.
I'm sorry you're gonna be
that
spending extra
in the
money.
P slot. Now Goops also almost 400 damage ahead of Federal.
That's what one good game there for Knights can do for that team. Let's see what this circle is going to be going. Toiko, by the way, still with the longest elimination. I think anybody's going to be able to beat him. This is actually you, Martin. You're going to be right. I think it is going to be going school with the way this is currently acting. And I will be super, super happy. And I'm pretty sure all those teams that are currently in the middle are going to be even more happy and ecstatic that they're not going to have to worry about anything. Meanwhile, Alpha 7 going to be rotating there on that West Bridge. I wonder if they're going to have any type of flashbacks of when Team Queso decided to bridge camp him and just second guess it a little bit. Meanwhile, Furious Gaming trying to spot somebody here from Knights. Are they going to let those shots rain? Are they going to decide to back them off? I think Xenox was able to spot that Furious Gaming player, and he's going to
clever play there again. Coming out, Furious Gaming with a holo on that DB28 and an M4 as the other one, and a Corgi as a companion. And the circle are closing here in this case slowly and soonish. So the question is really where we're gonna be ending up here. Still a little bit of a river in play, but I'm hoping that we're gonna be ending up around the school Rorschach area, around that area we see here on the top side. Could also be fun with a Potato Hill ending here where Knights are at. Always good with some high ground where most of the teams can kind of fight uphill and downhill. Always see some good fights with that. Execute out in the distance, as you see here with Knights on the high ground control. Execute taking control of the double bomb compound outside Pachinki. And a strong one.
It does end up being a good fight. I wouldn't be mad if we end up seeing maybe a circle ending a little bit southwest of Jasnaya, where we tend to see those hay bales, the hay bale fields. A lot of teams tend to fight there for coverage, just a little bit more mayhem. Once again, me with my toxic drain. Meanwhile, Knights back, being able to spot somebody there from Execute, not being able to fully connect, but at least telling them, hey, we are aware you're there. You
I was quiet because
I think Execute does end up realizing
my mom was in here talking to me. That's why.
Or are they going to try to just loot a little bit more and then work on their rotation? Meanwhile, Alpha 7, I think they're going to be going for just a full-on rotation all the way west-north and might try to do what they did yesterday when they ended up getting that crazy
She's gone already. No, she was just asking me
circle in Watertown.
She's asking me like, if I still wanted to eat.
That was something to see, and they got super blessed there at the end too with the circle. Anything can happen here. I mean, we have seen some crazy ones. Meanwhile, Loops,
good rotations
initially on the east, and on top of that, Atani Esports.
She gave me this like
we have heard the Nest talk about this over and over again.
And
Atani Esports,
she was like,
after
after you end your stream,
end up taking a little bit too long
take
to
this
rotate,
crystal,
and you're seeing it here. I mean, 11 minutes, and you're still in the
like,
blue zone. That's
starting from the
not
top
something
to the
that
bottom.
we like to see
like,
out of some of this.
And she was like, yeah.
Alpha 7, big
to ward
rotation on
off
the west
like
here,
any
classic
negative
Alpha
energy
7,
that might
big
have
brain
been
play here, trying to
said
get up
to
on
you
the
during your stream.
lesser likely chance, and if it goes
And I
north,
was
it's
like,
going to be
okay,
good for them.
Mom,
If it doesn't go north,
Jenny,
they're going to
thank you
have
for the
not so much
fries and the
traffic going
taco
in
and
from
the
that
level
side.
core. Thank you
Now,
so
the
much,
question is
Jenny.
really,
I
where are we
really
going to be ending
appreciate that.
up? Are we going to be going to the
Thank
Rostock
you,
School area
you.
in general? Or are we going to go more towards the Asnaya fields on the eastern side, or all the way down to Knights on the southern side? The question is going to be answered now. We're going to be Rorschach, Chingy, and a little bit of the
no way you want her to keep poisoning me like Queen.
For this one here, 7.
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. You know what? I would like Avenger to be added to that prediction game and given a point because he's currently predicting this circle.
Let's go.
Too.
Before,
so please
after
do
you
that.
end your stream and
Put a
before
crown
you
on
go to
prediction.
sleep,
Master.
just rub it up and down.
Hey, we'll take any points, right? Any points
He's
that we
like,
can
we're
take.
gonna wash
If
away
we were
any
probably on that
negativity
leaderboard,
that was thrown at
I'll
you.
be the first
And I
one to
was
say I'll
like,
probably be
"Bet,
dead
let's
last
do
with
that."
0 points. I have noticed. I went back there and watched. I definitely cursed some teams here and there. Not too much. But I'm being careful with what I say in regards to certain teams because I might have that curse effect.
Definitely some of the curses are strong. Maxman is obviously the master cursor, but the rest of us also sometimes manage to do so. I like to keep myself neutral, just hope for teams to do well and not just say they're going to do well and say they're going to win and then not get caught in some windy action. Right now, Infinity with a big rotation off that northern side. Alpha 7, they've been able to do it quickly.
Queen, why don't you just
they were
go to
slowly with it, so they're not going to have any priority Influence Chairman here inside the northern part of Russia. Not a good spot inside the circle, but a lot of information is be able to gather here from that 3-story that Little Boy is currently running out of. Maybe they've gotten some information. They want to shift over towards a different area. The hill on Russia is open for business, so somebody could take that for sure now. Knights and Engo is fighting, and Execute was fighting as well.
Execute is going to be fighting just for fun currently in Pochinki. Meanwhile, Nova's going to be doing a rotation there a little bit towards the south of Pochinki, and I wonder if Nova's going to be able to survive that rotation.
I appreciate that, Queen. You don't have to do that, though.
Again, Nova with the rotations, they do end up getting caught. And right now, they only have 3 players. This circle, Alpha 7, is having a little bit of flashbacks. You can see them there towards Watertown, looking to where they got the win yesterday, saying, oh, please, come our way. We're ready to go. We got a win here yesterday. We can definitely do it again. Meanwhile, some of the other teams, you can see Vivo Kid currently taking care of those compounds a little bit towards the west of school. Just for fun and Execute continuing with that fight. Meanwhile, Ayala trying to secure some extra points for Team Queso.
Damn, this guy is struggling, level 1, everything.
And they cannot allow themselves to get even farther away from the top 2 teams because the top 2 teams definitely have a gap on them. Especially what we were able to see out of Knights in the previous game, Influence Champion. You know that team can definitely perform, and they could possibly pass them in points. Here we go with the new circle is going to be coming in. Are you still set with that school area, Avenger?
Yeah, let's see. Maybe even Hard West here. Oh, let's go. Okay, Hard West, I guess we go with Alpha 7 in a good spot off that Watertown, Atlantis, whatever you want to call it.
Damn, they're like head-to-head
come in from that western side,
top
take over their Octopus Hill on that western side right now. Lux is on top of it. Nova, though, rotating in towards it. They could be contesting, and we could be seeing a fight with Lux and some of the Nova members right now. Alpha 7 taking that southern part of Watertown right now. A lot of teams are going that direction too. Let's see what we end up having. Lux goes down. Kindness down as well. Koi gonna try to defend this push here. Shots coming in. Can we get Sohan down? He will for Gilles. Gilles is gonna be pushing on, taking down Koi. And shots are coming in from different angles as well. Third partying the fight here. Achilles and Infinity kind of in a rough situation, a sticky situation right now. Kindness gonna go down.
There was some great cover too by Shifan, being able to allow Koi to back off a little bit there as Infinity was going to be pushing up on him. You can see Shifan all the way in the background. That's going to be a beautiful nade. Oh, it doesn't end up hitting. Meanwhile, these 2 are fun. There you go. Koi ends up getting knocked in there. I think that we're getting shot somewhere from the back. Shifan is going to be the only player alive right now for Nova Esports. We saw this fight coming. It looked like it was going to be going Nova's way. It didn't end up going Nova's way. And I think Infinity should be able to reset here. Should be able to pick up all of their players. Inco Gaming might have played a bit of part there of Nova's downfall, putting some pressure from a different angle on them as they were trying to take care of Infinity. Inco Gaming might have heard some footsteps or might have heard some fighting going on and decided to just lay it down and be a little bit more quiet. And Infinity is actually going to go for it against Shifan. I think they know that it's only going to be 1 player, and look at that on the elimination feed. Shifan is going to get eliminated, and Nova is out of this match. Meanwhile, Loops and Execute confirming some eliminations too. They were fighting earlier against Just for Fun.
Let's go. We won the battle. Rank 75 now. W. Shindo, Jenny. Thank you guys so much for the help with the PK arena.
Being able to survive it, and then on top
Appreciate
of that,
that so
Execute being able to
much.
capitalize
Thank you
on it
guys.
and eliminate Loops.
Let me turn off PK arena so it doesn't match me up again. Because
Queso's out on 15th. Just for fun.
we will not
and
have
part
time
of
to continue.
Pochinki trying to survive a little bit longer, but it's not looking too good with Execute gatekeeping them in that area. Can you find a bolt action elimination here?
It's 8:50 p.m. Still pretty early.
No, they're going to be moving on. Circle is closing slowly. You want to prioritize getting into a good spot. I'm surprised that the mini Pochinki compound is not taken yet. And Execute potentially could be wandering into an absolute free compound that is one of the best in the current circle.
Yeah, I think they might be going for it. You can see them get into some vehicles. And on top of that, Vivo Kid has not had to move at all. I'm intrigued to see what that team is going to be doing now Atani Esports deciding to work on that rotation. Rise Esports as well, working on their rotation, as they currently have all 4
I'm honestly more
alive.
excited to get in the shower though.
All the rotations
I
happening
really
right
want
now
to just
between
shower.
all of these teams.
The shower is gonna feel so good.
Where is it gonna end up going? Are we gonna keep getting the craziest shift? You can see Atani Esports knocking something out. Kayoski from Influence jamming and being able to confirm them elimination. And with the new circle, Alpha 7 getting blessed here. Inco Gaming and Extreme Slayers. Extreme Slayers.
A little bit of a pickles, I think.
Able to use the 3 players that they have to at least cause some damage, cause some elimination points.
They're kind of in a rough spot though. Influence Chairman taking some shots. Also taking fire from a top.
All these
returned that straight onto an attack side.
My shift has been over, Canary. Bruh, this just shows how Canary is not here.
Otherwise, they're going to have a hard time getting into some spots here. Furious Gaming lost 1 player, Ingo, playing the center, but it's really a hard circle with a lot of open fields to be played. Aton. Good fire there to 1. Good utility usage towards Influence Gem. And now Fran's going to go down. That's unfortunate for him, though. Little boy trying to defend this. Nitsu's trying to send it in with the buggy. Shots out in the air, though. Didn't connect any. Leighton is just going to be
wait, there's still another match after this one?
Here. I think it's.
I thought this was the last match.
In a situation where he has to try to defend this one. And Choco alive as well.
Yeah, Choco is currently nowhere near, though. I think he's still on top. There you go. Now we're able to spot him. I don't think he's really going to be able to do much from there. And I don't think he has any vehicles nearby. Maybe rain down on some nades. Maybe he thinks somebody's going to be nearby him. Nades needs to be careful, though, because Little Boy is going to be letting those nades rain down on him.
I will.
Meanwhile, a lot of action also going on in the background. You can see Vivo Keys finally having to get into a fight. Not really losing anybody. They do have some players now, though.
You're making me feel guilty, bro. I just want you to sleep. Like, I want you to get a good night's sleep.
As the circle is starting to close in.
Don't make me ban you from the fucking stream.
Very tight here for Federal. Yeah, so tight that he decides to just, you know what,
no,
back
I want
off
to stick
that.
to what I said I was going to do.
Fight. And Choco just waiting for him at the right time, picking up some more heals from his teammate, eliminating Influence Chairman, and now trying to find a way into the safe zone here.
Yeah, rough situation for Aton, but still probably not going to get too much deeper than that. It looks like the Jaguar boys and Zeba has found it. And Choco is under hard fire. Jaguar, though, last player, Sepa, is alive in this case. And Choco did get healed off. Ingo looking pretty good here with the amount of control that they have. But Infinity is going to be moving in behind them. V2 is trying to defend this one off here. Nades and utilities being used. Locks trying to connect a little bit more onto them. Soft cover and smokes has been deployed, but they have to survive the upcoming bombardment from Infinity currently.
Yeah, meanwhile, Alpha 7 is going to be able to split.
Oh my god, that circle.
She is.
Circle. Wow. Inco still going to be in it. Infinity now, when they were trying to make a push there for Inco, they're going to be able to relax a little bit here with this crater that they currently have. They're going to have Execute just looking at them. Execute's going to have to find a way inside the circle. They did end up taking that compound you were talking about earlier, just a little bit north of Bochinki. It worked out for them, but right now with the circle shift, it's going to be very tough for them to be able to make it in. Alpha 7 now starting to make a push. Tensa is the only player alive for Knights too. Revel goes down to Vivo Key. Being spotted there on top of that tower. There you go. Tensa does end up getting eliminated by Carrillo. And Vivo Cielo is going to be able to eliminate Revo from Alpha 7. Just tough rotation here for a lot of these teams. And I think Inco Gaming is going to be setting themselves up really nicely. They can just defend from push.
Hey, yo, what is this lag?
Alpha 7.
All right, Alpha 7.
Luckily for them, Carrillo doesn't have any nades. Carrillo used the nade earlier.
Oh!
Carrillo is going to be taking some shots on
Infinity. That wasn't my stream, guys. That was the YouTube stream.
Vivo Key's not going to sneak up on them.
Sneaking up, as in full sending it with the car. Adrian goes in with the AK.
No way, they're using stream champs to stream this right now, right?
Also nading a little bit towards it, trying to survive.
I was looking like
a
some
lot of pressure from the eastern
stream
side.
champs.
Really good
Acid
for
melt.
They have both the western side and the southern side completely controlled currently. Execute trying to sneak their way in, and Alpha is trying to defend this oncoming bombardment from Inco and Vivo Keat. Vivo Keat, 3-man strong, Alpha 7, 3-man strong, Inco, 3-man strong.
Bro, he looks like he's so close to them.
4 guys alive. It's looking pretty good for that. Alpha 7.
Oh no.
Good shots coming in. Adrian pushed quite nicely onto that. Now Mythic is trying to put some pressure onto Inko. Got taken down by Cielo, helping Inko quite nicely there. Now Corello is the last player from Alpha 7 standing, and Vivo Keed has to try to dispose of him. That's a good nade. That is a great nade. Half his health gone. And now Adrian's going to be pushing in and trying to take control of this here. Carrillo's going to try to go for the rich.
There's nothing he could do.
Down by McGrellin. 8 eliminations though for Alpha 7. They continue to rack up the points. Vivo Quito with a great amount of control here on this northern side.
Yeah, Vivo Key's going to be looking to clear this off, and I think Alpha 7 was just focusing on a little bit too much stuff right there. Meanwhile, all that commotion allowed Execute to push up on Infinity, and you can see them trying to still find a way to make that push even more. They're using those smoke grenades.
I think I know.
Their fate ends up getting spotted as soon as the smoke grenade goes away. Vivo Key too with that high ground that they currently have right there after taking care of business with Alpha 7. Having some advantage as Infinity with the shot. Sohan, great shot there. Being able to slow down Vivo Key. And right now with this circle shift, nobody is inside this circle. A lot of these teams are going to have to try to find a way to make a push. You can see how so many players of Inco Gaming just so close up. If anybody was able to throw a nade in there, I think they might be able to just clear them out completely. Inco Gaming being quiet. They know they just have to wait it out. They know at some point Vivoki is going to have to push out of this, and they have to worry about the other teams like Execute and Inco Gaming.
God, I could 1v1 this line.
Being able to spot them first. Inco Gaming, Squisada,
1v69, bro.
Sneaky.
Oh, with this push from Adrian. Oh, he got taken down.
V2K being able to spot him right there. And Squisada, we saw him earlier. We saw him being sneaky, and he's going to continue to do this too because he knows that the other teams are going to be able to spot him.
All right, Infinity.
He's laying some grenades too. Vivoki Shello too on the side, still alive.
Nah, if I was playing this match would already be over. That's just me though.
They might still have a chance.
Yeah, this is going to be a big fight here. Infinity with an upper hand, moving in and taking control of this circle here. Sohan with some utility use towards Vivo Keed. Sohan could potentially find Adrian or McGrill in this case here. Does he know about Cielo? Is snaking in that side there. Cielo's going to make a push, potentially taking multiple down. He gets taken low himself though from Ingo. Squashada found Cielo. And now it's just a huge three-way battle while Execute is just chilling on the backside of things.
You can see Infinity just waiting it out. Throw that nade. Do it, Sohan. This might be it, and it is. Being able to get those two players from Vivo Kid. Now they can focus on the other team against Infinity. And Infinity, you know they've been waiting for it. They know this was going to happen. Inco Gaming has 2 players alive. And also, Infinity is going to have 2 players alive. Who's going to end up winning this 2v2? Actually, Inco Gaming might be able to pick up their players. Infinity is going to try to reset as well here. They might just be able to pull that off. You can see some shots coming through. Nenebete, the player that was just picked up, not even going for the heels. You can shot out there. Inco Gaming being able to close it out. Just hurrying it out.
I thought Inco was one man. I didn't even see the rest of them. I'm fucking blind.
Back, being able to reset. Great plays there from Inco Gaming. They played that out